beauty became like a very important thing in our days, even just to find a work not in Hollywood but in an office. That kind of thing that they put in commercial ads, you know, good presence. What that means, good presence. You have to be a handsome guy or you have to be a pretty girl in order to work in a bank. So we're pushing ourselves to go that way. Imagine in Hollywood where you are just putting your whole entire life, you know, your career in your age. And when women start going to 40, the pressure is unbelievable. It's very cruel, especially with women. With the men, there is more acceptable. That is a convention, it's a social convention, and the people get into that is human. You know, they try to defend their position, and to be young. It's very scary when you look at it, you know, and you try to analyze it, but that's the way it is. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse because it's not going to go only to beauty, it's going to go directly to life. To life. I mean, probably 20, 25, 30 years from now, they may offer us the possibility to just live more, live longer, live 170 years, 200 years. But that's going to open a morality conflict because who is going to be able to buy that? Probably only the upper classes. So it's another source of discrimination too. You know, the rich people live and the poor die, and that's the way it goes. And if it's not like that, if it's also open for everybody, then we're going to have a problem with demography, right? Because there's going to be 20 billion very soon because nobody dies and everybody's just giving birth, and so we're going to have resources for everybody. It comes actually all of this at the time that we are living. One of those probably millions of people who think that we are living at the end of something. We don't know what yet, and especially we don't know what's next. Now, what is happening in Madrid, you know, we have millions, literally millions of people on the street, and they're complaining. They're not putting a proposal on the table, they're just angry. And that's what they're saying, we are not violent, we are just angry. We don't know where to move now. I think that's the most scary thing right now in our world is that we don't know what is the next step. It's almost like we just try everything and nothing really completely works. And these people are asking for real democracy now. What is real democracy? You know, when we are realizing at this particular time in our lives, in the history of mankind, that actually politicians are not the ones who are in power, but the power is just taken by the capital or the media. And you are a politician if you have the media. And so it's a number of reflecting mirrors going there that is very scary. And in all of that is inserted what you want to be about, you know, about science. What is the role that science is going to play? We're going to play to be God. That's what my character does. The character is just playing to be God. This is not a story, for me, it's not a story of revenge. I think it's a story of revenge in the beginning. It's just the justification that the character needs to actually let go his psychopathy. He's just a man who's looking for perfection, and we have seen many times in history that in the search for perfection, the birth of fascism is right there. In the search for perfection, you may kill so many people.